My name is Britt and I own a company called Birch and Gray Co. The company is based out of Portland, Maine, and I've had it for about a year and a half now. I look familiar, it might be because I did this market last year and had such a great experience that I wanted to do it again this year. So yes, I own a company called Birch and Gray Co. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about what the company is, how it started, but also what aromatherapy relaxation dough is, which is the primary thing I make. A lot of people have never heard of it, so it's something that I definitely want you to better understand and be able to share with you. So my company, like I was saying, is called Birch and Gray Co. I'm based out of South Portland, Maine. So local Mainer, grew up here, did the typical move away for about 10 years and then come back. So I'm very proud to be from Maine, but also to have my company be based out of Maine now. So the company is a company I started because I was having a lot of stress at my full-time day job. I have a stressful day job and I'm always looking for ways to relax and stay grounded. I'm also someone who has really bad anxiety, so I'm also always looking for those grounding techniques and ways to de-stress. So I was looking for something all natural and a good way to de-stress and couldn't find much online. I had heard of like adult versions of Play-Doh and was really looking for something along those lines, but everything I was finding had dyes or chemicals. So I decided to make a batch of my own, and I thought a fun way to scent it would be to use aromatherapy oils. So I made a batch for myself. I added real pieces of the scent I made. So the first batch I made was lavender. And so I used all natural ingredients, lavender essential oils, and then real pieces of lavender flower. I really liked it. I thought it was super fun to play with. And so I shared it with friends and family and they really liked it too. So that kind of started my company, and I thought it could be something that I could do on the side as like a creative venture. And it's really grown from there. It's been something that I've become really passionate about and that has grown quite rapidly in the last year and a half. And so definitely something very exciting. And I just kind of also wanted to show you all what aromatherapy dough is, what it looks like. So each dough I make, I promise I'm not just going to hold up products this whole time, but each dough I make comes in a little glass jar like this. So they're perfect to be stored by your desk while you're working or to be played with at the end of the day. And so the dough comes in a little ball like this, and this one is lavender. So you can see the pieces of lavender flower in the dough. And so you just keep this little ball by your desk. I like to play with mine while I'm in a meeting or while I'm doing work. It's a great way to just like de-stress and to stay focused on a task and to kind of keep your hands busy. I also play with it at night while I'm reading or watching TV too. And so it's just a great fun way to kind of like stay in the moment, stay grounded. The smell of lavender is really relaxing. So that's definitely, that was my first product, and kind of I've grown a lot as my company's grown a lot from there, which has been really exciting. So now I make the dough in a bunch of different scents. Some of the scents are seasonal, some of the scents are specific, or are there all year long. So the ones I always have are lavender, rose, and lemon. And so each scent has real pieces of each scent in it. So lavender has lavender flower, rose has rose petals, and lemon has fresh lemon zest. And so they all contain the essential oils of each scent. So lavender has lavender essential oil, lemon has lemon, and then rose has rose. So those are the ones I have all year. And then I make seasonal ones too. So right now I also have a seasonal pumpkin spice, a pine, and a peppermint. And so those are all just like great fun variations of each scent. I like to answer some common questions I get a lot too, because I think that can be really helpful. So like I was saying, how do you play with the dough? You play with it however you want, but I like to keep mine by my desk for when I'm working, or I like to keep it by my couch for when I'm reading or doing anything like that after work. And so then the dough itself is a flour-based dough, so it does have gluten in it. If you're really gluten intolerant, I don't think I'd suggest it as a product for you. But then it does have traces of nuts because essential oils have nuts as well. How do you store it and take care of it? So I always suggest playing with the dough with clean hands. So just making sure your hands are clean, and then you store it right in the jar. If you keep it in the jar and you keep it sealed, it normally lasts for about 8 to 9 months. The dough does better the longer or the more you play with it because of the oils from your hands. People ask if they need to refrigerate it. You definitely don't have to do anything like that at all. It stays really pretty fresh, and I think it's definitely like a good product considering that it's something you can play with all the time and it'll last for at least like 8 to 9 months. It is kid safe. I wouldn't recommend eating it. People do ask me that a lot now because there was a special about actually like eating aromatherapy essential oils. So I wouldn't do that. Please don't eat the dough, but it's definitely something that's fun. I forgot to tell you, have it in vanilla as well. So the dough is the main thing I make, but then I've also expanded into other areas. Kind of I've taken on more of just a relaxation, like holistic company that's focused on mental health too. So I do things like I make other aromatherapy products. So I make bath salts, as well as, so they're Himalayan salt soaks, so pink Himalayan salt soaks that also have real pieces of each scent in them. So the rose has rose petal in there for your bath, the lavender has lavender flower, and then I make oatmeal soaks too, so those are great for this time of year. They're really hydrating for your skin if you have eczema or anything like that. I also make scrubs, so I have different scented scrubs. They're all made with Dead Sea salt and mango butter, so those are really hydrating and fun too. And then additionally, I make something called a detox soak that has pink clay in it and is just really detoxifying and healing eucalyptus flowers or leaves, sorry. And so like all of those products are just meant to be designed to help you relax. I also design and make stickers. I have talked about this a little bit before, but I think because I have anxiety and depression, mental health is just so important to me, and recognizing that and raising awareness as much as possible. So I make stickers that I design too that can go on water bottles, at laptops. They say things like mental health matters, they're body positivity stickers. So just stickers that are like fun ways to show and recognize the importance of those topics. One of the other things I love about this company is it's something that allows me to give back. So I donate 5% of all of my profits every month. I do it on like a yearly basis, but for each month I'll pick a different organization and donate 5% of my profits. For this event, I'm donating 15% of my profits to Equality Maine. They're a great local organization. They're an LGBTQ IA+ organization in Portland that helps to really in Maine, that helps to really raise awareness and support local LGBTQIA+ individuals. So definitely something I'm passionate about supporting. So that is also something I'm doing that I think is a great way for me to like kind of get involved and give back. I also love this company because it's been so great to get out into the community and like meet new people and meet other makers too. So one of my favorite things to do, I sell online, and my actual shop is linked here, but I really love being able to go to in-person events and meet people who are passionate about making, but then also to meet you all. So that's like something that I think is really fun. This past year I did the Freeport Fall Fest, the LL Bean Festival, and then primarily I am at Thompson's Point Makers Market for all of the Makers Markets. So for the rest of this year, I will be at Makers Market this upcoming weekend. So the 23rd, so this Sunday, and then I'll be there December 4th and December, I think, 19th. I'll have to look to double check, but it's just something I'm also really passionate about, being able to get out into the community. I think that's really fun as well. I also get a lot of questions about anywhere else you can buy my products. So you can buy my products online through my shop. I had an Etsy shop, but now I just run my own website and have all of my products there. So that can definitely be somewhere you purchase products. I do local delivery and local pickup. Really, it's centered in Portland. So if you can meet me somewhere in Portland, that's ideal, especially for the holidays. And then I ship anywhere in the US. So if you need products in the US, I ship anywhere. And then also you can purchase my products in store at Maine Body and Bath, which is right off of Exchange Street. It's a great, great little shop. It's the smallest shop in Portland. And so it's super tiny, but full of like amazing, great local makers. I'm not just saying that, I'm not saying that about myself, I'm saying that about all the other makers there. So they have a ton of body products, a ton of bath products, and then my relaxation doughs are there as well. So that's another place to buy and purchase too. So lots of great ways that you can go about doing that. And then all of those profits, 5% of all of those profits are donated too. So So I try to get out into the community as much as possible. I'm hoping to expand into new stores and to take on new partnerships. So if you have ideas or you have a store you'd like me to be in that you potentially work with, please let me know. I'm happy to do that as well. I also make the products for like large scale. If you're having an event or something like that, I'm happy to work with you and collaborate on products. As my company's grown, I'm continuing to like think about how I'd like to keep expanding and what I'd like that to look like. In the future, I'm hoping to do things like that have more of a mental health focus too, like making apparel that focuses on that topic. So just continuing to create a relaxation mental health focus line that really is for everybody. So designed for all people of all sizes with all different needs. So I think that's really important to me and just something that I'm really passionate about as well. Other questions and things I sometimes get are, what does it look like to manage a business while you have a full-time job too? I have a lot of friends or family or people at markets that come and they ask that question because I know a lot of people that have something they're super passionate about that they want to do as a project and they want to take on. It's definitely doable. I know a lot of makers that do it, and I know a lot of makers that are really passionate about having their full-time career and then also having, not that making isn't a full-time career, making is definitely a full-time career. This job, this whole industry and working in this area, like I definitely could see taking this company on full time, but for me, my day job I'm really passionate about too. So that's something that's really important to me to keep on. So what that kind of looks like in terms of balancing both, it can definitely be really tricky, especially around the holiday season. So it looks like really spending a lot of your weekends working on the business, making sure that you are up to date on things like websites and making sure that your orders are up to date and planning for big events. So a lot of that takes place on the weekends or evenings. So it's definitely doable. I would say that it has to be something you're really good at scheduling for, something that you're really good about like kind of pre-planning your time and being realistic about what you can and what you can't do. But I always tell people like it's manageable. You just also have to be willing to, it has to be something you're really passionate about, because if you're not super passionate about it, it becomes really tricky to then want to do that all weekend or want to do it in the evening. So definitely finding something you love and doing that as a side project is really important. I also like to acknowledge that there's privilege in being able to start a part-time business, right? There's privilege in me being able to have the resources to do so, because starting a business is not free and it can be challenging. If you are looking to start a business, there are some great local resources too that I think can be really, really helpful. So, there's an organization called SCORE, and they're a national organization, but they have a local branch, and they can help you kind of figure out what setting up a business looks like. So they help me figure out things like, what does sales tax look like? How do I pay for that? How do I make sure that I'm doing everything correctly? And how do I make sure that I'm like starting a business that's legitimate too? So they're really helpful with stuff like that. So organizations do exist. It is tricky to balance, but also if you have questions about that, this is like one of my favorite topics. I'm happy to answer what it looks like in terms of working a full day and then running a business. It really just looks like having to be able to balance your time in a way that can be tricky sometimes, especially around the holidays. But if you're passionate about it, it's possible. And I'm happy to like talk to you about that too. The other thing I thought I should touch on is just holidays and what kind of my holiday plan is in terms of businesses or my business and when you should order and things like that. So I'm telling anyone that wants something by Christmas, really, I would suggest ordering by December 1st. It's like very, very tricky this year, especially because of the labor shortage. USPS has a lot on their plates, so it's taking a while to get orders, which makes sense and is no one's fault. But definitely I would suggest ordering by December 1st. I will probably shut down my website starting like December 10th or 11th because I just want to make sure I'm getting all of the orders there in time. And so I would recommend ordering early. If you're doing local pickup, the sooner the better, but I can get you things local much faster just because I can guarantee them much faster just because something is local. And then I'll also be, like I was saying, at those in-person events too. And those are great ways to just pick up like last minute products. Or if you want to place an order online, I can deliver it to you there. Everything ships through USPS. So if you are if you have any like special questions or requests, please let me know. We can figure that out too. But yeah, I just am very, very excited to be part of this show. I'm very excited for you to see my products. I'm very excited, even if it's not something you want to purchase, just to like get the idea out there and hopefully spread some positivity or spread some messages about some of the organizations that I think it's important to donate to. So it's so nice to talk to you all, and enjoy the market, and hopefully I get to see you at an in-person event soon. So thanks so much. Bye.